Wolfpack, what is going on, guys? Savage here. The purpose of this video is to show you the price of hesitation. A lot of you guys, y'all don't make decisions because you're afraid it's gonna be the wrong one and it ends up getting you killed, or you make a decision and you hesitate. You start running towards the enemy and you're like, wait a second, maybe I shouldn't. And by the time you're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't, they're already res, you get shot in the face, and then it's GG. So guys, I hope you learned something new. Hope you enjoyed the video. Regardless if you do or not, leave a like on the video, subscribe today. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right off the bat, we are spectating shooter McGavin, and I will be posting, that's embarrassing. I will be posting all of the stats of the players that are actually showing above the player names throughout the match to show you guys who we're spectating, what to expect from that player, as well as the average KD of the entire lobby. But right now we have shooter McGavin with a nice play, just waiting for an enemy to come up the ladder. He came back from the gulag. This is the man that killed me in the gulag. So he came back from the gulag. He planted himself on the rooftop. So I'm assuming the guy coming up had no idea he was there, and he just sat there and waited patiently. He heard him under his feet. He knew that if he went outside, he'd get shot at. So he just waited for his moment, took advantage of it, and la-di-da. Not really too much of an IQ play right there, but just basic knowledge on how to bait players. And right now we're doing a scav, which is going to get our teammate back. Unfortunately, our teammate did back out, so now it looks like we're going to be in a duo situation, which isn't that bad. Duos, trios is a relatively doable concept. So if you guys are playing trios and a teammate backs out or whatever, just stick with it, continue through it, because of SBM, things like that, you guys should still be able to have a decent time. But we do have two people on Menace's building, so we need to start gathering some shit to get over there and help them out. Also, we also got to stay aware of the time factor and grabbing the scav. Let's go spectate green, see what he's working with right now. We're crouch walking with an MP5. This is not looking too hot, I'm gonna be honest. This is not looking too hot at all. He is scared though. He does have enemies around him. They are fighting another team, so Menace is gonna take this opportunity to push the enemies while they're distracted. I love that. Despite his slow play, he's at least playing smart. He understands that maybe his skill level isn't to par where he wants it to be, so he's using his tempo momentum into his favor. Now, don't shoot. I like the fact he's just pinging the enemies, letting them know, hey, bro, they're coming for you. We don't have a long-range weapon, so we're trying to close the gap safely. I'd be pushing a little bit faster, to be honest. I like that he's trying to stay stealthy, but we can push a little faster being stealthy. There's the second team shooting us the left-hand side. Very unfortunate. Not much we can do with that. Just kind of out of place. Wrong place, wrong time. That would have been a great opportunity to get that easy kill. Now we're getting sniped from behind. Oh my God, the enemy's above him on top of the fence line right now, just absolutely outworking us. And now we're moving on to Doc. Mr. Doc rocking 3 kills in the XM4, baby. Popping that reload. Now we do have 2 players we're chasing down right now. It's 2v3, so we assume. I wouldn't imagine that the enemy team has their loadout because of the amount of fights they've been getting in, but they are bailing away. Now let's see where they're bailing to. Trying to take a snipe shot right now, patiently waiting for that headshot. Lines up beautifully. Now he's going to be going in for his teammate. Let's go ahead and spectate the rest of our squad right there. Unfortunately, we do get outshot by the bunny hopper inside, but because we were in a 2v1 situation, we're able to collapse. This is why I tell you guys to try to stay close to your team, right? We were all fighting the same enemies in the same building. You didn't have people running off and doing their own shit. You didn't have anybody looting. So when we were in an unfortunate position like Bomb was, we were able to go ahead and get saved because our teammate was so close. Helicopter bailing out on the building above us. They're gonna be putting a lot of pressure on us. Blue goes down, unfortunately, and they looks like they will be executing him. Now, right now, unfortunately, that is the bounty that is hunting us down, and they do have precision on us. So because of the precision, we're not able to reposition. We need to reposition. That needs to be the #1 priority. Enemies have the high ground. If we stay in this building, they're eventually going to collapse on us. The more time goes on, and they'll probably outshoot us. Also, we can't really fight from this position, even in both doorways. We just cannot do it. The worst case scenario is going to be if these guys actually land the helicopter on top of this building and push in our face, but they don't. They actually fly away. Don't be baited by it, though. He could have left teammates up top. Always try to play aware, because a lot of players will do that. They'll take the chopper off by themselves, distract you. You think you're safe. Next thing you know, you're getting sniped at from the rest of the guys. Not really sure why they bailed away. Maybe because the bounty expired, but at the same time, I just don't think that was a good play. They had a great position angle on us. Doc able to win his gulag, barely killing him. Doc rocking 5 kills, clearly the team carry. We got a total of 8 combined between all the squads, trying our best to find anything we need. But we need to get out of here. We need to start doing something, right? We know there are enemies up here based off the gunfire that we saw mid that fight. And even if you guys are in the middle of a fight, you need to be paying attention to that mini map and kind of pulling up your map when you're safely able to do so. If you see some, I can't move the mouse, but on the edge of the map, if you see some blips on the outer edge, pull up your map real quick, just pop it up, take note where it's at. That way you can gather knowledge for later fights. Like, again, we know there's players here, not to mention no idea where the helicopter went. It might have went TV station, but we can work our way that way to find more kills. Or if you guys want to play passive, just know to stay away from that area. And even if you guys do like passive gameplay, that's fine, but I still want to encourage you guys to get aggressive, just to get some more practice under your belt, and then you can go back playing whatever way you want. Remember, the more gunfights you get in, the better you will become. We see some dots on the edge of the map, pulling up the big map now, and we have one team shooting at somebody. It could be a 2v1, could be a 3v ghosts, who knows? But you can see here that he's going to be working his way towards that enemy. We have our UAV we're sitting on. We got a heartbeat sensor, and hell yeah, that's right, dude. Rock on, baby. Let's get it. We have an enemy bailed off on the right-hand side, too. I don't know if you saw that. I don't like this angle right here that we're trying to hold. We're kind of out in the open, exposed. So again, I'm going to go ahead into this fight and assume it's literally two different teams because they were shooting at somebody before we got here. So as you're making your play, as you're trying to figure out how you're going to push, you need to be aware of other buildings because there may be some ghosted players hiding around the outer edges of the buildings or inside other buildings. Last thing you want to do is assume it's just one team, bust in, you get third-partied. Not really a fan of this at all. We're just kind of spamming nades. I don't think he's on the roof anymore. Again, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's multiple teams, and this guy right here would have a great line of sight on that player. Great ping going out for blue, and just like we assumed, there's a guy in this building who wasn't on UAV and also wasn't pinging when he was shooting. So he is ghosted. He is suppressed. We just need to be very aware. Now, if this player gets down, he should be pushing us, right? I would be pushing us. But again, because it is multiple teams, not just a 1v1 as far as a team fight, he's probably playing passive aggressive as well, so he doesn't get third party. Just make notes of that. I always want to encourage you guys to close the gap when you get a knock, but if there's multiple fights going on in your area, you may need to throw an audible and change the situation. Speaking of audibles, we do have a motorcycle appearing as well on the mini map. You can assume always going to be two players because it's a two-seater bike. It may be one guy, but go ahead and plan for the worst case scenario. And this guy we're picking up on heartbeat, I do believe is on top because of the multiple pings, the arrows above. Unfortunately, dot does go down to the guy off the motorcycle, and that's very unfortunate, but we're able to get the kill. So when we saw the motorcycle come in, what should we have done? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, what the? All right. Damn. That seemed weird to you guys? Maybe I'm just old. My eyes are bad. I'll look back through the edit. That was really weird. Anyway, the moment that motorcycle came up, we were already next to our teammate. We were already in the room, but for some reason, we're still distracted by the guys on top of the roof. Again, you need to start making mental notes and remembering where enemies are at. I knew that the guy on the heartbeat was on the rooftop. Why? Because when we had the UAV going, it had the arrow above him. So there's no need to look for a player down there. I would have been more focused on the guys who came in on the motorcycle than anything else. Once you secure that kill, then you can move on and search for the next fight. Always try your best to pick the closest fight, right? The most dangerous fight. You got to prioritize your gameplay. So now we have gas closing in. Unfortunately, because we didn't get the hell out of here, we decided to pick a fight. We are in a very unfortunate spot. Great patience with the sniper shot. Beautiful armor pick. Now we need to be careful. We're in a bush, but we're not safe. I would not be focused on this execute right now. He's going for the res. When he's going for the res, push that shit fast. Don't waste time. Don't hesitate, because if you're hesitating like this, you can't push. They're both going to be up. They're both going to have the building, and they both have the vehicle, and you just lost out on your opportunity to get that beautiful kill. The distance was a little questionable in the first place, and again, that's one of the reasons why I love stun grenades. I would have stunned that bitch, slowed the entire process down, and then gotten the kills. This should be an easy kill. There it is. We're able to collapse on it anyway. We do have a vehicle. Go ahead and get your... Oh my god, what? Okay, I didn't see that coming. I'm gonna be honest. All right, but here we are still with Bomb. He does have $2,400. This is crates near us. Hopefully we can get enough money. We're in an area where we can get a lot of loot and bounce to the loadout. The problem's going to be, you're going to have some teams here. There are 32 players left, 15 enemy teams. You could damn well guarantee, I think he's going to get 2, maybe even 3 teams on his route there. He is in a solo trio situation, which does make it a lot more stressful. Very smart with his heartbeat, trying his best to pick out players, not spamming the shit out of it, just moving from cover to cover, scanning again, and then moving out. It actually looks like he's going to be going for the Bertha and the most wanted bounty. I like that. Now, what do you do in this situation? Do you grab the Bertha first and then the most wanted? Well, that's what I always like to do. I'd rather grab the vehicle first, then the most wanted. That way, I don't grab the most wanted first, have a flare on my head, and as I'm running to the vehicle, I get dome pieced. I get shot in the head. But in a situation like this, because it's on the higher ground, you can kind of go both ways with it. A lot of people won't want to grab the vehicle and backtrack up the hill. But again, that's just your decision-making process, knowing your own skill level, knowing your own confidence. Here we have an enemy, don't know what the hell he's doing. He was throwing a C4, actually. Weird. All right, so right here with the circle, this is actually a really fun circle because it could go any way. Now, I'm hoping the circle finishes up here, but it might not. I do have a feeling it's going to finish down here. But when the circle does finish in this area, it's very fun because it's very strategical. It's always about who rotates the fastest. It's always about who's got the better mindset with the strategy, because circles with elevation difference like this that have multiple areas to go to, this is a very crucial moment where you need to be on your strategy game, right? But before we get into that, I want to see exactly where the circle goes. That way I don't waste my breath for this situation. Now, right now, we're just holding our position, I'm assuming, to wait for circle to collapse. And once it collapses, we should make another move. Now, make a mental note. We saw a buyback going on at this buy station right here. Again, make a mental note because we could prepare for that. We do have a helicopter flying around us, unfortunately. Circle does dive back to the area we thought it was going to dive to. I would have liked to see it finish up here, and it still could. It still could go to the north, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to continue the southern descent. This is very dangerous. I know a lot of people when they're on those, whatever they're called, the transport things, what are they called? Someone help me out here. They want to hide. They don't want to get slapped in the face, and that's fine. I get that, but you need to start peeking around, because if there would have been a team in here waiting for us, we would have had no idea until we got off the gondola, and we would have got absolutely destroyed. We do have 2 knocks though. It is the last guy. Let's go ahead in there and get the kill before he reses. If you have a stun grenade, I'd go ahead and utilize the shit out of it. Switch to your secondary weapon. Unfortunately, because of our slow movement or hesitation, he does change his position to a different window, and he's able to get the kill. Again, guys, when you have knocks, don't hesitate. It was a 2v1 situation. We could have easily went in there, and unfortunately, bus driver was just sitting here with no weapon in his hand. Develop some confidence in your own gameplay. A lot of people overthink BRs, and again, there's a lot of strategy, but the strategy and stuff just comes with time. It's second nature. You don't really have to think about it. It just pops in your head and you go with your move. If it doesn't work out, guess what? Make it audible the next time you're in that position. Stop being afraid to make decisions. I see a lot of people hinder their own gameplay. A lot of great players hinder their own gameplay just because they lack confidence in their own game decisions. All right, again, make mental notes. Bertha parked over here. We'll probably play the outside. They may go to the building, but if I was them, I probably wouldn't. There's a nice little terrain feature over here. So right now, I'm pretty sure he's just gathering data, trying to figure out where the enemies are at, trying to look for little ants running around the map. There's not much he can do except for go for this loadout. Very vulnerable position. I'm gonna be honest, I've been here before and I made the same call. It never goes well. It never goes well. Players gonna be knowing you're going for the loadout drop. They're instantly gonna diverge on it. You're in a very vulnerable state. You're out in the open. We know there's players on the hill, so if they're there, you're gonna go down. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happens to Sharky. Now look, I'm not gonna slay this, because I've done this before. You have to full send. Who the hell wants to fight with their pistol? But technically the smarter option, which I wouldn't do, I still would have done this, to be honest. The smarter option in this position is just land with your teammate. Pray to God that he's got a secondary that you can use. Y'all split your weapons and you go off to win the game. I've done that many times with Chakota. Again, my first instinct is to go for the loadout. Whoa, what the hell, bro? Again, make mental notes. The Bertha, the player in the Bertha, the guy we spotted 5 minutes ago, we literally had a conversation about, is the one who killed both of our squad mates. Weird. So weird. Pay attention to that mini map. The little square or the circle in the corner of your map. Make sure it's a square, by the way. Pay attention to it. Tells you a lot of information you guys never would believe. Now, to be honest, I think it's the Bertha player. I'm pretty sure it is, but it might not be. This may be the Bertha player because he's next to it. The smarter move for that Bertha would have been to get this position, which is why I'm assuming that this is the Bertha team. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. We have no idea. It is a two-team fight down there. We are the third-party situation right now. That means there's two enemy teams we need to be looking for. So in this position here, I'd leave orange over here to make sure our back end's clear, and green and blue would sit here and third-party this. If we can knock out both these teams, now it's only a three-team fight. One team did get taken out. I do believe that team fight was won, so the third party gets out the window, but it's still a 1v1 fight as far as team is concerned, and we do have a great position. Oh, we have a great position. Now, to be honest, if you really want to be trolly and big full send it, something you could do, and I might do just to be trolly, is go down there and steal their Bertha. They're going to be hiding in buildings. They're not going to be peeking. Let your teammate, let blue or orange suppress the enemy. Oh, shit, blue. Why you go down there, steal the Bertha, and then they're forced to come to you out in the open with no cover when the circle collapses. Because look at the circle right now. The only thing safe is the Bertha that's right there. And now they're getting in it right now, and they're pushing us. Again, I don't know what blue was doing and how he got down, but I would have done that. I would have organized a team. One of us could get the Bertha. Probably would have been me, while my team suppressed the enemy. That way I can... Back out, homie? I think people are getting kicked from this lobby. I'm going to be honest. Why would you... People don't back out and they're getting rezzed at the end of the game. Ravenstall, fix your game, guy. All right, again, because they use that Bertha... So they got an enemy on the right-hand side, too. We're so dead. Because they use that Bertha to push us, they're now in a position where they're going to take this ridge over easily. Very easily. I did see a head. There it is. Now, look, when you're plating and stuff, I get laying down on ridges and stuff, but you want to be kind of peeking up and looking. All right, here we are now with the RWRG clan, and actually they won the game. GG. But the two main points I want to point out during this video is the fact that, one, hesitation will get you killed. Go with your move even if it's wrong. If you think it's a move, do it. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Go with it. You need to be fast acting on your decisions, and if you can start getting in the habit of making fast decisions, guess what's going to happen? You're going to improve drastically. You don't need all the aim in the world. You don't need all the movement in the world, but you need to have some kind of knowledge on when to push, how to push, what rotations to do. And if you think you know, just go ahead and do it. And even if you don't think you know, just come up with the best decision you can to make the best move. Secondly, suppress enemies to steal their shit, right? The Bertha at the end of the game, I already knew that they were going to take that Bertha and push us. I already knew. Why did I know that? Because of the way the circle was. Buildings were getting pushed out. Bertha was the only thing they had, so of course they're gonna get in the Bertha and full push the shit out of us. That's why I was saying, get your team together, focus on the Bertha team. One of y'all go down there, steal that bitch, and pull it out. That would have been an easy team fight to win. But again, hesitation and or lack of knowledge made them end up losing that game to that team. And that team did go on to win the game. So again, guys, strategy and just doing a couple trolly things here and there to mess with the enemy teams to literally solidify you guys a win relatively easy. But guys, I hope you have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the content or learned something new. If you did, subscribe to the channel today. Come on, boys. I'm begging. And also leave a like on the video. But until next time, guys, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone.